Tonight, new details in a Target 12 investigation we've been tracking for months.
The wife of a slain police chief speaking out after stunning developments in a decades-old cold case.
The body of Donald Eugene Webb was exhumed from his backyard of this home. Investigators say his wife buried him there after hiding out for 19 years.
Now the widow of the slain Pennsylvania police chief tells us her family has answers, but not justice.
For them, there is no closure. Target 12 investigator Tim White has been reporting on this shocking case for years and is here now with the latest.
A year and a half ago, I interviewed Marianne Jones, the widow of Chief Gregory Adams. At the time, she guessed Donald Eugene Webb was probably dead. She was right, but how it went down shocked her. For 37 years, the FBI, police, and the family of murdered Saxonburg Police Chief Gregory Adams sought the answer to this question: what happened to Donald Eugene Webb? The fugitive was the prime suspect in the December 1980 shooting death of Chief Adams during a routine traffic stop.
Hello.
Hey, Marianne, how are you? In an interview via Skype, Chief Adams' widow, Marianne Jones, tells Target 12 she got a critical call from her lawyer on July 13th of this year.
They are going to Lillian Webb's house with a search warrant.
Webb's wife, Lillian, promised to tell investigators what she knew in exchange for immunity. State authorities signed off.
At which point I said, okay, we know he's dead. What did she do, bury him tongue-in-cheek in the walls or something?
Close. Webb's body was discovered in an earthen grave behind Lillian Webb's North Dartmouth house. She told detectives she buried her husband there after he suffered a fatal stroke in 1999, 19 years after the murder of Chief Adams. Authorities found a secret room the size of a shower stall in the basement. Inside, a cane. Lillian Webb told investigators her husband sustained a severely broken leg and torn lip in the struggle with Chief Adams.
He was in pain for the rest of his life. Good for Greg, but he made him suffer, made Webb suffer.
Marianne says the discovery of Webb's body has put an end to a long, painful mystery, providing answers, but not closure.
Resolution? There was a resolution to this? Yes. Closure would have, to me, mean that Donald Eugene Webb was in a court of law being convicted of murder. That would have been closure. This is just a resolution.
The deal for Lillian Webb gave her immunity from state charges, but not federal. Marianne tells me she would like to see investigators pursue a criminal case. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts has declined to comment. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, new details on a Target 12 investigation we've been tracking for months.
The body of a fugitive New England mob associate exhumed from behind a North Dartmouth home. The shocking discovery put an end to a long-running mystery.
At 5, we spoke with the widow of the man who investigators say was murdered by Donald Eugene Webb.
New at 6, we're hearing from Chief Gregory Adams' son, who says this brings to resolution but no closure. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the exclusive details.
Police Chief Gregory Adams was 31 years old when he was shot and killed during a routine traffic stop nearly 4 decades ago, a crime that left 2 young sons without a father. In December 1980, the small town of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania was rocked by its first ever homicide, the murder of their police chief.
So growing up when I was younger, there was nothing. There was just a void there that I couldn't even really relate to.
Greg Adams was just 8 months old when his father was gunned down. This is Greg in the arms of his mother, Mary Ann, a photo taken shortly before the murder. Investigators say Chief Adams was killed by New England mob associate Donald Eugene Webb, a prolific thief who was working robberies in Pennsylvania at the time.
Growing up, you know, it was a heartbreak. I don't even have a memory. I don't even have I have no recollection of anything about him.
In an interview via Skype, Adams says it was when he became a father himself.
And that really kind of brought it home what I really missed over the last 30-some years.
Last month, Target 12 was there when the body of Donald Eugene Webb was discovered buried in a makeshift grave behind this North Dartmouth home. Webb's wife, Lillian Webb, confessed that she buried him there in 1999 after he died from a fatal stroke. We now know Webb suffered permanent damage in his struggle with Chief Adams, a shattered leg and torn lip. A cane was discovered by the FBI in a secret room built in the basement of the house.
Closure is a hard word for it, but to just have the knowledge that, he lived like a rat, buried in the backyard like a dog.
You take a dog or an animal in the backyard and bury it. Not a human being.
Marianne Jones, Chief Adams' widow, says the family now has answers but not closure.
Closure would have, to me, mean that Donald Eugene Webb was in a court of law being convicted of murder. That would have been closure. This is just a resolution.
Greg tells me the entire family is grateful that the police and FBI never forgot his father and worked for decades to put an end to a long, painful mystery. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.